my quality of life going to be increased. Very appealing to you that a seed that increase your 20% production, and you expect that my income going to be increased 20%. I am having a very good time. But does it increase your lifestyle or not? Let's talk about this. We already know that through demand or supply, we already know that our what will happen. So if this is the market for wheat, what happened here? Supply increased. So what will be our new price and quantity here? Quantity increase, price decrease. So whether this situation can increase your livelihood or your lifestyle or not, all those specific answer can be answered through elasticity. So you can see here, you were expecting that you would be paid more, but see the equilibrium price is now, or the market price will eventually go back to its equilibrium. It will decrease. So if you were expecting that my income going to be increased by 20%, but actually the price decrease, and how much you would be affected, the answer going to be answered through elasticity. So let's understand the elasticity. So it is a measure of how much buyers and sellers respond to changes in the market conditions. Very fancy definition. So in the previous chapter, we discussed qualitative perspective, that it increase or decrease, the new price going to be increase or decrease. But right now we are discussing the quantitative perspective. So it allows us to analyze supply and demand with greater precision. So let's talk about the elasticity of demand. First one is the price elasticity of demand, so which is the focus of our chapter here. We have other elasticities, for example, income elasticities, others as well, but we will focus here on price elasticity of demand. So the price elasticity of demand is a measure of how much quantity demanded of a good respond to a change in price of that good. It means what will happen if there is a percentage change in price. It has effect on my quantity. Since we are talking about demand, so we will use D here. We are not talking about the equilibrium quantity, we're talking about demanded, quantity demanded. So that's why I will be writing down a small d in caption. So what will happen if price percentage increase or decrease in the price would causing the quantity demanded to increase or decrease? So in specific way, price elasticity of demand is the percentage change in quantity demanded due to a percentage change in price. How much percentage change in price causes percentage change in quantity demanded? Simple. So that is the definition, or the fancy definition we talked about here. How much buyers and sellers respond to changes in market conditions. So the price elasticity of demand definition is more meaningful here. So when we talk about elasticity, it means we're talking about the responsiveness. It means we have to measure it. So we always measure it in terms of percentage. Okay. So what do we mean by that the demand is elastic, or price elasticity of demand is elastic, which means more, and how we are going to explain it. So if a small change in price causing big change in quantity demanded, we call this that demand for your product is elastic. Again, for example, if 1% change in price, increase in price causes 10% decrease in quantity demanded. So you can compare 1%. It means the change is huge, right? So we call this elastic. Guys, if you are confusing or if you don't understand, you can always stop me here and you can raise your question. You can say that, okay, sir, we don't understand. Can you repeat? Okay. Again, when there is a large change in quantity demanded due to small change in price, so demand is said to be more elastic or elastic, right? So we have example here. So you're buying cola. When the price of cola is 1, price is good, and you're buying 1, 2, 3, 4 packs of 4 bottles of Coca-Cola. And if you see here, the price is 3, you said, forget it. Right? So it means demand is elastic. And what is inelastic or less elastic? This is the opposite of 1. So if there is a small change in quantity demanded due to change in price, demand is said to be inelastic. Or you can say that if there is a change, for example, if there is 10% change in price, it causes only 3% change in quantity demanded. So you see 10 versus 3, right? But point of reference should be the price. So, you can also say that the quantity versus price. No, it is the price versus quantity. Or you can say that if there is a large change in price causes small change in quantity demanded. This is D, quantity demanded. We call that the demand is inelastic. The example is milk here. So you see the price of milk is 0.8 and you are buying 4 and 5 packs of or 5 liter of milk. If the price increased to 2.4, you still are buying, but the quantity demanded is just decreased 1 liter. You can see the price clearly is more than 100%, 0.8 to 2.4, right? So in this situation, we call that demand is inelastic. Now everybody understand that? Elastic and inelastic demand? Nam,
Yeah.
Pike, Kim, Isaac, Paulo, Tijodi, Marilyn,
Yeah.
Sama, Miria,
Yeah.
Yu, Sunho, Subhan.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you understand
Yes,
that, as a businessman, what will be your preference? Elastic demand or inelastic demand? So think of yourself right now, you own a business. What would you like? That your demand is elastic or should be inelastic?
I mean, I'll
it-
go inelastic.
yeah.
Because you want to control the price, you want to control your business, you want to increase more profit, right? So in that case, everybody wants that my business demand should be inelastic. Why? Because if I increase or decrease the price, my quantity sold would not be disturbed greatly. So if you prefer your demand to be elastic, then what happened? If you increase small, if there is a small change in price, it would be causing a great change in your quantity demanded. You see, if you increase the price, you may lose your whole quantity demanded to 0, right? So that's why as a businessman, you want that your business demand would be inelastic. Okay, now price elasticity of demand and its determinants. Number 1, availability of close substitute, which means how these determinants going to be affecting your elasticity. Number 1, availability of close substitute, necessities versus luxuries, definition of the market, how you define the market, broad or narrow. Number 4 is the time horizon, 1 year or 10 years, right? So let's talk about one by one. So availability of close substitute, right? For example, butter and margarine, close substitute, right? So goods with close substitute will tend to have more elastic demand. Why? Because it is easier to switch from one good to another. We have ice cream versus frozen yogurt, right? Close substitute. Can you give me another example? Anyone?
Phone and charger.
Phone and charger. They are complements. They are not substitute.
Oh, substitute.
Did you answer your call from your charger? No.
No. Sorry, I understood wrong.
So, for example, the orange juice versus strawberry juice, coffee versus tea, black tea versus black coffee, Coca-Cola and Pepsi, 7-Up and the Sprite. These are close substitute. Like apple and pear, these are close substitute, right? So if the price of the other increase, you always have, substitute, a cheaper substitute, you will go